All praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakaha Kwadash. Double honors to my elders, apostles, and bishops of Great Millstone, where I have learned this truth, and where I am still learning this truth. And also shalom to the other sincere followers of this truth, all right, the remnant. All right. Uh this is going to be a reading in Luke, the 16th chapter, starting about the I don't know, around the 16th verse, I think. We're going to get into Lazarus and the rich man, all right? So these are going to be readings. Lord willing, these will be 3 readings, and then we'll go into the topic and get some kind of edification, Lord willing, okay? But before I get started, once again, all right, Lord willing, this doesn't turn into a rant. I just wanted to touch on some things that I mentioned in the intro video to Lazarus and the rich man, all right? Firstly, the warning, all right, that was given, or that is given, all right, in Revelation 13, verses 16 and 17, all right. I need to, it would not be a bad thing for me to speak on this every video. It is that important, that Lord willing, I will speak on this every video, all right, to make sure this thing is included and always on the front of the watch. This is the next thing, the next big thing that's coming, all right. Everything happens decently and in order, all right. uh, so before World War III, all right, which is biblical, before that pops off, or before that happens, before it gets into full swing, okay, things have to happen. One thing, namely, is this mark of the beast, all right, or the C hip. You put that together, you'll know what it is. But I'm about to go into it maybe in a second. So I just wanted to touch on something I said yesterday that may not have sounded too clear. All right, and I just watched the video on from Elder Aramlab. All right, info GMS info doc 14, I think. I don't know. I'll put the link to the video in the community tab. All right, of this page, but he spoke on this truth being more clear now. A lot of these things are being cleared due to the Lord's men being here and the truth going out. Right? You cannot deny the truth. So things are becoming more clear to many people. These scriptures especially, all right? All right. The Lord shared his secrets with his men, the prophets. Prophets went out there and did what the Lord commands them to do. Speak, teach on these things, all right? Warn about these things, okay? So this thing is going out in the whole world, and things are becoming more clear. Now, I wanted to touch on Revelation 13, verses 16 and 17, because I may have gotten ahead of myself or may not made it too clear what I was speaking on yesterday. So let me do this really quick, all right? Revelation 13, verses 16 and 17. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Verse 17. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Okay, so yesterday I may have spoke too fast. I don't know, it was just sitting on me that I need to clear this up, all right? So that is speaking of the whole world. All right, all people are going to be, this thing is going to be made mandatory. All right, think of it like this. And we'll go into the actual C hip, Lord willing, on this channel sooner or later, right? But this C hip, all right, it has an internal barcode. What does that use? What are barcodes usually used for? Tracking. Okay. All right. In this case, it has a spiritual sense too. All right. It it shows who your allegiance is to. The Lord told you, He gave His men. All right. Like I said, this message is only for this warning. This good news is only for the remnant. Remnant. All right. Everyone's being put on notice. Okay. But the good news is only for the remnant, which comes with warnings, which comes with commandments. Right? The good news is all of this as a whole. Okay. But also, what I mentioned yesterday was, now we know that it is for all individuals for this thing to be made mandatory. Okay. Just like how they came at you with the chicken and the roosters, the chicken and the roosters, the subsequent roosters, or the boosters. All right. They're gonna come at you way harder with this thing. Okay. They fainted. They pump faked and threatened your job. Okay, and people jumped on this thing. They scared the shit out of you with health. All right, with changing science, with changing facts, or straight up lying. All right, and a lot of people just went and jumped and did this thing, and potentially harmed themselves more than uh, that strong flu that was going around. Okay, because there was a sickness going around. All right, it was a strong flu. That's all. That's just how I'm gonna describe it. But it wasn't as how they portrayed it to be. Okay, they were selling you. If they give you something free, you are the product. All right, you are the product. All right, so they're gonna come at you way harder with this micro C hip. Okay, um, I'll go right back to that point. But this is what I wanted to clear up. Because yesterday I mentioned that in the spirit also you can see that. I mentioned that this is going to be made mandatory for individuals, all peoples, okay? All people. Now, if you have a large group of people, so large they can make up countries. So I was just saying that these words also describe countries. Look, small and great. There are small and great countries, whether that be in land mass size or uh, acquired money size, acquired riches size, all right? Rich and poor. That goes back to that same sentiment. And you can see what I mean by, you can take it as individuals or countries, okay? And the pressure is being put on the small and poor countries, all right, by these bigger, richer countries, just like individuals. You know, the countries are a bigger microcosm of the individual, okay? So they'll go to a country that's poor, or they'll go to a person that's poor. Maybe they'll offer them money if you take this thing, or to a government, to a poor government. Will offer you money, you push this on your people. Okay, that's what I meant by countries when I spoke on this yesterday. Okay, free and bond. Yes, countries are some are free, so-called free, and some are enslaved. You know, to get help, to get things for life. All right, they are under the thumb of these more powerful countries. Like I said, they will offer them money towards their country. You know, just to get them to start pushing this thing. All right, they can't be everywhere at once either. So they spread these policies in a crafty way to get these things pushed. All right, just like we can't be everywhere to spread this word. Um, like my elder teacher says, the internet does the heavy lifting. All right, we can't be everywhere either. The internet does the heavy lifting. So you can see bad things on the internet. Okay, there's a lot of bad things on the internet. All right, but it can be used for good. Quit focusing on the internet being bad because of the bad shit. Use it for good. Use it to research this knowledge. Use it to speak about these things. All right, this is why the Lord had this thing created. And yes, the Lord had it created. All right, the Lord has done everything. Whether you consider it small or great, it's the Lord, all right? And it's for a reason. So I just wanted to touch on that so there's no confusion, all right? All individuals are going to be caused to take this thing. The question is, did the Lord put the Spirit on you to take it or decline it? Okay? All right? And then, even so, some people may defy taking it just because they want to defy the government or come against the government. All right? That doesn't mean that you are the Lord's either. You know, he's going to come down here on his day, and then we will all know. But this mark, you take this mark, all right, you're obviously not. Okay? And to prove that, let's prove that in the scripture really quick, all right? So they're going to come at you, all right? Let me read that again. This is verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. All right, so don't get confused by that either. It doesn't have to be in your right hand. All right, and it doesn't have to be right here in the middle of your damn head. Think Neuralink. That thing was sitting back here. Okay, and your hand can go from your hand up to your shoulder. All right, they can put it anywhere in you, man. Don't get this C-hip. Period. All right, don't make excuses for yourself to get this thing. Okay, stay away from it, and the remnant will stay away from it. All right, that's a fact. The remnant will stay away from it. Now, verse 17, I'm going to read that again. It says, and that no man might buy or sell. If you don't get this thing, you're going to be ousted out of society. All right. They're going to kick you out of society. I gave the example of they might tempt you by giving you money. Okay. They might tempt you by giving you houses, cars. When I say money, I'm talking about credits. This dollar is dying, man. I heard somebody use that saying the other day, cash is king. Hey, you still thinking that you about to fall far, man. This dollar is dying, man. It's been on a downfall. It's been on a decrease. It's been just a piece of paper, all right, for the longest time. All right, they kept you distracted with that paper while they were destroying it, the value of it, all right, which it had no value in the first place. Okay, but you won't be able to buy or sell with this. Okay, you will not be able to buy or sell. All right, they're going to get a lot of people with convenience. You're going to be able to unlock your car door just walking up next to it, unlock safes, unlock your house door, unlock your lockers at work or at the gym or whatever, man. Just small ass conveniences. They're going to get people with that. With the Neuralink, they're going to have you feel like you're using telekinesis because you can control a fucking arrow on a computer. Okay. You know, with the thing in the head, they might even be able to, you know, if you paralyzed, make some body parts move that weren't moving before you got this thing. But guess what? If they can turn something on, they can turn something off and more. They can turn you off with the flick of a switch now. All right. Okay. If they really wanted to help people, which I'm not going to go into that. All right. There's other means of things that they could do that are simple that will show that they really want to help people. That's not the mission for them. All right, verse 17 at the top again. It says, Revelation 13, verse 17 in the King James, okay? And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. All right, so how else can they tempt you? Give you scholarships, all right? which will indoctrinate you to work in their system even more so. Give you free plane trips, They can do the same thing they did with the C-19. Free weed, free slice, free slice of pizza, free hot dog. Even though we shouldn't be eating pork. But I'm just saying, a lot of people getting snared up uh, with all kinds of uh, I don't know, traps, snares, man, gins. Okay, what else? A ticket for the lottery. All right. What else? In Germany, when the C-19 thing hit, what was it? A free trip to the brothel. All right. They're gonna get you with a lot of things. And for a lot of people, them things seem good. All right. But if you keep, if you're on their bad side by saying no or thinking about it, they're gonna come at you with threats. They're going to come at you with threats, and you think you're gonna be all right. But what if they threaten your daughter, your son, your mother, your father, your auntie? All right, your second cousin on your mother's side, once removed. All right, your roommate. You may think you are going to be okay, but what if they threaten the people that you uh, stayed in this world for when it came to the truth? All right, you didn't want to turn from uh, believing what these people believed in when the truth came around, but now all of a sudden they're gonna use them to get you to come on in with them even more. All right, so they know what to do. They know what to do. They didn't even threaten people's food when that C-19 came out. This time they're gonna threaten your food. So when the C-19 came out, you still had the choice to go to these fast food places. You still had a choice to order pizza. Uh, verse 17, that no man might buy or sell. You were still able to buy and sell. With this, they're going to cut that off. No more buying and selling if you don't get this. Now what? All right, so they're going to come at you many ways, man. Good and or comforting ways and very stressful ways, all right? Now, what if you try to play a trick on them? Go ahead and get it for a month and then rip it out of you. Go ahead and get it for a year until you can get off grid, rip it out of you. What about that? You are still fucked. Nowhere does it say in the scriptures that you will be able to repent after you get this thing. You won't find that. Okay? But let's go to the next chapter. Revelation 14, verses 9 and 10. Let's read what it says about if you get this. All right? This is Revelation 14, verses 9 and 10. It says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. All right, his righteous anger. All right. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. All right, what is that speaking about? If you are in America right now, okay, if you are in America, and I'm speaking, this message is focused on America now. This is where the great deliverance, the great salvation is going to happen, all right? The great salvation is going to come throughout the whole world for the Israelites, okay? But this is where the great deliverance is going to happen. This is Babylon the Great. Babylon meaning confusion, and it is very great in this place. Pride is running rampant, all right? But this is also the future site of the lake of fire, where you are going to get burnt up if you take this thing. Doesn't matter if you're an Israelite or not. You are going to get burnt up and fucking melted if you take this thing. It doesn't matter how long it's in you. Okay? It doesn't matter how. You can't say you took this thing under duress. All right? They're going to make you feel like it, but that's not going to be a good excuse. The best excuse that you have is that you are human. But even the best excuse is not going to work. Don't work. All right? It does not work. You take this thing, it's over. It is all but over for you, man. Okay? And that's scriptural. All right? That's scriptural. Do not take this thing. All right, stay clear of it, and the remnant will stay clear of it. Okay. So I think that's all that I wanted to clear up. All right. But it's coming. It is coming. All right. So now let's get to Luke, the 16th chapter. All right. Let's get to this Lazarus and the rich man. This reading, I'm going to go in the good news. I'm going to do the good news reading first. All right. All right. Luke 16. And we're going to start at, I'm going to start at 19, all right? In the good news, the heading, of course, is The Rich Man and Lazarus. This is a good news translation, all right? Luke 16 and 19, it says, there was once a rich man who dressed in the most expensive clothes and lived in great luxury every day. There was also a poor man named Lazarus, covered with sores, who used to be brought to the rich man's door, hoping to eat the bits of food that fell from the rich man's table. Even the dogs would come and lick his sores. The poor man died and was carried by the angels to sit beside Abraham at the feast in heaven. The rich man died and was buried. And in Hades, all right, we went in a video series on this channel about hell, all right, breaking down that fable. Ultimately, hell is not a place where you burn forever, okay? If you want more information, please go back and look for the video series on this channel. Or, okay, this is what I stress people to do, okay? This channel is surface things, okay? All right? Lord willing, in time, I will grow to do things to go further, okay, on this channel. But if you go on the community tab, look for them teachers and go search their pages, man. They go into a lot. Everything scriptural you can find in that community tab. All right, go to them channels and look, man. Quit being lazy. Go and search that community tab. All right. Again, verse 23. The rich man died and was buried in Hades, where he was in great pain. He looked up and saw Abraham far away with Lazarus at his side. So he called out, Father, Abraham, take pity on me and send Lazarus to dip his finger in some water and cool off my tongue, because I am in great pain in this fire. But Abraham said, remember, my son, that in your lifetime you were given all the good things, while Lazarus got all the bad things. But now he is enjoying himself here, while you are in pain. Besides all that, there is a deep pit lying between us, so that those who want to cross over from here to you cannot do so, nor can anyone cross over to us from where you are. The rich man said, then I beg you, Father Abraham, send Lazarus to my father's house, where I have 5 brothers. Let him go and warn them so that they are at least, and warn them so that they at least will not come to this place of pain. Abraham said, your brothers have Moses and the prophets to warn them. Your brothers should listen to what they say. The rich man answered, that is not enough, Father Abraham, but if someone were to rise from death and go to them, then they would turn from their sins. But Abraham said, if they will not listen to Moses and the prophets, they will not be convinced, even if someone were to rise from death. All right, and this is what this lesson is going to go into. All right, the meaning behind what you just heard. Okay, let me see how much time that was. Yeah, I'm gonna cut this right here. That was a good news reading of Luke 16, Lazarus and the rich man. I'm gonna come right back, Lord willing, with the NLT reading of Lazarus and the rich man. All right. So with that, I say all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakaha Kodash. Double honors to my elders, apostles, and the bishops of Great Millstone, where I have learned this truth and where I'm still learning this truth. And also shalom to the other sincere followers of this truth. All right, the remnant. Okay. And with that, Lord willing, I'll see you in the next reading. Shalom.